Parshas Vayigash, Tovshin Ayin Zayin. So now here we are after Hanukkah, and you know, on the year after a leap year, which this year is, it's unbelievable how fast we're going to go from Hanukkah straight to Asar B'Teves, to B'Shvat, Purim, Pesach. It's right here. So hang on to your hats. We have a lot to learn, and we're going to be going downhill. So you have to be ready to learn a lot very quickly. The parsha starts off, Vayigash Elav Yehuda, the confrontation, the famous confrontation between Yosef and Yehuda. Now the midrashim on this pasuk are phenomenal. If you have time, if you get a little chance, if you can't do it in Hebrew, you can do it in English. You look at the midrashim on Parshas Vayigash, what was taking place between Yosef and Yehuda at this point was really, really unbelievable, and worlds were about to be moved. And Yehuda, the pasuk tells us that he comes close to Yosef. Vayigash Elav Yehuda, and Yehuda says, "Vayomer bi Adoni, yidaber no avdecha davar ba'oznei Adoni, ba'al yichar apcha be'avdecha." Yehuda's upset. He's upset that they stepped into this trap of Yosef, and Yehuda had promised that Binyamin was going to come back, and he's going to come back whole, and he was going to come back healthy. And here we were sort of trapped right now. And Yehuda didn't know what to do, and he was ready to take apart the entire country, the entire land of Mitzrayim, and destroy it right there. But little did he know that the counterforce, that Yosef was capable, very capable, of fighting Yehuda too. And the Medrash discusses what exactly was this Hagosha, Vayigash Elav Yehuda. Yehuda, Pashut Pshat is that he got closer, that he brought something to Yosef. And the Medrash says that there are really three opinions in what this Hagosha was. One is Hagosha LaMelchama, like we understand that Yosef would have to defend himself, that Yehuda was ready at all costs. Yehuda was ready for a fight. Milchama. Another opinion is Hagosha Lepius, that Yehuda was coming to Yosef to plead his case, to come to Yosef and beg him to let Binyamin go, and beg him not to carry out what he was about to carry out. That's the second opinion. Another opinion, the Medrash says, is Hagosha L'Tfilah. That when we use the lashon of Hagosha, we're talking about Yehuda understood that at this point right now, we need to be mispalel to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that things are going to work out. The Nesivos Shalom says on this opinion, that when Yehuda got close to Yosef, he wanted to daven. The Nesivos Shalom brings down that the Torah is coming to teach us an actual lesson here in the value of tefillah, of when and how exactly tefillah is supposed to be used. And he brings from the Medrash Magid, Chusayagan Aleinu, a beautiful, beautiful vart. It's brought in the Sefer Ma'or Einayim in Parshas Nosai. And he says that the Gemara Masechta Brachas, Daf Lamed Amud Beis, tells us that ein oimdim lehispalel ela mitoich koived roish, that a person should not be mispalel without kovid roish. And what this exactly kovid roish means, it means that a person should be prepared to daven, and how to prepare to daven. But we can explain, says the Nesivos Shalom, that kovid roish over here means that even during an eis tzara that a person has, if a person has an eis tzara and he's coming to daven, you really need something, don't just be focused on yourself. Don't just be thinking of yourself that it's me and I need help. You should always know, says the Nesivos Shalom, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is with you in every tzara. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is with every yid all the time. And Hashem is with you in your pain. Imoy anochi b'tzara. Hashem is with you. And so don't just focus on yourself. You should daven for HaKadosh Baruch Hu, who is also in pain at the same time that you are. Very interesting thing. And he says that's what kovid roish is. Don't totally lose yourself. Don't lose your head, as we would say in English. Understand that HaKadosh Baruch Hu, if you're in pain, Hashem is in pain. So when you daven, don't just daven for yourself. The way to go about it is to daven for HaKadosh Baruch Hu also, who is in pain right now, Kaviyachol. Focus on that. And that here is Vayigash Elav Yehuda. That when a Jew comes close to Hashem, and when he comes to daven, Vayomer Bi Adoni. You see, Yehuda needed something very badly right now. Yehuda addressed the godliness in every person. We're not just being mispalo for ourselves. Vayigash Elav Yehuda Vayomer Bi Adoni. Yehuda was bringing up HaKadosh Baruch Hu in his tefillah. And that's a lesson that we all have to learn. That we focus on Hashem too, and we acknowledge that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is always with us when we have a tzara. Hashem is with us at every time. The Baal Shem Tov says, a beautiful word on the pasuk of Tefillah le'ani ki yatov, v'lifnei Hashem yishpoch sichai. That on a day, he says like this, the Baal Shem Tov. He says, on a day of a celebration for a king, let's say a king is being inaugurated, and we could start talking about inaugurations right now, Baruch Hashem, after this week, what our wonderful president had to do with Klal Yisrael this week, we could start being happy, another Nes Chanukah that will be out the door very soon, and I know this gets carried on the air, so we're not going to talk too much politics, but the bottom line is that when a king makes a celebration, when a king is inaugurated, this king announced that anybody who wants something can come and request it on that day. So what happens? People come to the king, and one person asks, I want a beautiful big position, I want a shtela, I want covered. Another person comes and he asks for money, right? I mean, that's what everybody wants most, right? He asks the king, you have so much money, I don't have money, maybe I could have some riches. And you know what? Whatever they ask for, you want a high position, you want covered, you want money, I said you could have whatever you want. I'm giving you. Everybody got their wish, said the Baal Shem Tov. But there was one chacham. There was one smart person who didn't ask for any of those things. And he really understood that he could do something smart over here and receive something different. You know what he did? He asked the king that he would like to be able to have an audience with the king, that he could speak with the king 3 times a day. That's what he wants to do. I want to be able to just talk to the king. I don't want anything back. I want to be able to speak with you. And that's all I want. And the king, says that Baal Shem Tov, was so impressed that all this person wants is to speak to him. Just wants, he feels honored to be in the audience of the king. Then he granted him his wish. And he also, besides that, showered him with gifts and covered riches, whatever anybody else would have wanted, he gave to this man too. Says the Baal Shem Tov, that is tefillah le'ani ki yatov v'lifnei Hashem yishpoch sichai. Our tefillah is that lifnei Hashem yishpoch sichai. Our tefillah is that we should be able to always have the opportunity to connect with Hashem. We ask Hashem that whenever we're going to daven, you should be part of it. You should be there. You should be there with us, and you should be there listening to us. And this is how we can explain what Yehuda was asking for. That is the ikar. The tefillah of every yid is that we should have the opportunity to speak with Hashem, not only when we need Him badly, but every day. We say we're going to come 3 times a day. We're telling Hashem we don't want anything. We want to come and have the opportunity and be able to speak with you 3 times a day, to open up our minds, to open up our hearts, so we can open up to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, to you, to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and we should be able to daven to you. And then the pasuk tells us one thing, and I want to end with this. The pasuk says, what did Yehuda mean by this? What did he mean when he was saying this? And Yehuda was saying, please don't let my averos, don't let HaKadosh Baruch Hu, please don't be kaviyachol upset about them, and don't let them disturb the connection I have with Hashem. We said that Yehuda was doing the right thing. He was coming, and Yehuda was saying, I need to be close to you. I need to daven to Hashem right now. He's bringing up Hashem. So Hashem, I know, you're with me. But also, Don't be upset with me, Kaviyachol, that my Avera should get in the way of my connection and this closeness that I have with HaKadosh Baruch Hu right now, because we're davening together. And the Nesivos Shalom brings from the Birkas Avram, and he says, you know what, this is advice for every person. Every person, you have a tzara in your life. You have something that's bothering you. You have something you need. And the Birkas Avram says, he brings the Birkas Avram, it's a very, very tough thing to do. But you want an eitzah that HaKadosh Baruch Hu should listen to your tefillos. You want an eitzah HaKadosh Baruch Hu should listen to you. You know what? If you're not being answered in the tefillos, here's an eitzah, he says. The eitzah is, like we said, put aside your personal issues and daven for HaKadosh Baruch Hu, who is also in pain with you. This eitzah that we see from the parsha that Yehuda is using, a person, if you are in a personal tzara and you have something that you need, this is the way you should daven. And these are very big people. Nesivos Shalom, Birkas Avram. I don't necessarily understand, but I take their word for it, and we should all take their word for it. Va'ani sfilasi l'cha Hashem eis ratzayin, says the Nesivos Shalom. Va'ani sfilasi l'cha Hashem. When I'm davening, and I daven also for you, Hashem. A little bit of a play on words here. Va'ani sfilasi l'cha Hashem. You know what happens when you don't just think about yourself, when you think about HaKadosh Baruch Hu? The next words of the pasuk, Va'ani sfilasi l'cha Hashem eis ratzayin. Then it becomes an eis ratzayin. And this is the lesson. We think about Imoy Anochi V'tzara. We think that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is with us, and we always have HaKadosh Baruch Hu in mind. That is a key. And Yehuda was showing us here in the parsha, that is a key to having our tefillos accepted. And that is the eitzah that every person could use. And we could learn this lesson from Yehuda, and it's a powerful lesson, because everybody has that moment where he feels, how can I get my tefillah to be answered? Here is an eitzah. And we learn it from Yehuda in this week's parsha.